If there's anything we can learn from this D-bag's mom, it's to not martyr yourself for any man, even your son. So for context, click this comment because mommy, the mommy of this king baby, well, she's in the hospital now. Go figure. And the reason why I highlighted this comment is because this is why I criticize patriarchy so much. I don't hate men. I don't hate women who enable men, but they make me very angry because this lady has raised an entitled prick king baby who has a serious SA problem. And instead of admitting to herself, she raised this man. Now, is it just her? People will be like, where's the dad? Where is the dad? What part did he play in this? Dad absolutely has responsibility. But I'm telling y'all, toxic boy moms are holding all of us back because this lady decided to be a martyr and play the victim to make sure that all those women, because it's not just the woman that he kissed, it is all of these, they've been complaining about this dude for a long time. Nobody cared. Nobody did anything. He's just surrounded by enablers. And then this is the queen enabler right here. And now she's in the hospital because, you know, she's becoming anguished and dizzy. I have no sympathy for this lady. Okay, let me correct that. I am sorry that she has ruined her life centering men. And now she is an embarrassment to herself, all because she needs to enable this king baby. I feel bad for her that she has probably missed a life of real joy or even knowing herself because everything's about men, whether it's the men we date, the men we marry, our guy friends because we're the cool girl, or our baby boys. When you enable men, you put everyone at risk. And even if that enabling, like I said in the former video, because I have a lot of empathy as a former cool girl and a survivor of incest and all kinds of stuff at the hands of men, and also grew up under patriarchy like all of us. I understand why women do this, but that doesn't mean I'm okay with it. Because now she is literally trying to manipulate all of us into feeling so bad for her that we just drop it. Just leave her baby alone. She's in the hospital now. Look what happened. Look what we did to her. Like, talk about manipulating our empathy. Not just men who do it. We know how to do this real well. And we also fall for theirs all the time. She just can't admit to herself that her son is awful. But let's feel sorry for her. This is what they said about her. So she's not here anymore. She had to leave for the hospital because the woman was already tired. Yeah, it's tiring being a toxic boy mom. It had lots of issues already. Tell me about it. Even some anemic issues. So she had to leave. She had also complained about some irregularities with her heartbeat. Like, why were you there, lady? You sound like you're already sick and you're like, I'm going to go to church. I'm a woman of God and bring all the attention on me so they'll forget about how much my boy sucks. Now, here's the thing. This is why these men don't care about you. Whether it is your husband, who's the king baby, your friends, because you're the cool girl, or your son. Look at this. He spoke to his mother before she was taken to the hospital. It's not like he was just, too busy. This man knew what she was doing. And I love this tweet I saw about it last night. Any half-decent son would tell his mother to not go on hunger strike because he actually abused a woman. So while his mother, who he's perfectly fine for her martyring herself out, like what if she dies? Like she probably won't because she's probably being super dramatic and literally trying to do all this to get the attention and the heat off of him. But what if she literally is super sick and he's just sitting back like, he's fine. These men are fine. They will let any woman go to bat for them. Any woman martyr themselves out, and even their own mother in the hospital. They're fine with that. Do you see how much these men do not care about you? I'm going to tag one of my mutuals who talks about this a lot and really opened my eyes about this. You need to be worried about your sons if you're enabling them. If you are a boy mom and you are not actively deconstructing patriarchy and checking yourself about your own internalized misogyny, you will raise one of these D-bags who not only is going to harm other women, if you let him move in with you, especially when you're older, he may very well unalive you because that's a thing. On the rise, no other woman will take him. So eventually he's going to move back in with you and end up you. Now, is that your fault? No, you're a victim of it too. But if you don't work on yourself and do whatever healing you got to do so that you stop pouring everything in to these toxic men and also deconstruct patriarchy and all these systems that enable these men, you are not only standing in the way of your own liberation and all of ours, you are actively working against it. Whether it's by, in front of the entire world, gaslighting all of us to enable and excuse and justify and defend your terrible son. You're also the kind of mom who will set a woman up for her own abuse. Your daughter-in-law. Some of these women even get off on it. They have been crapped on their whole life, and once they're the queen, now they get to be the queen of the house and make their daughter-in-law's lives hell, because they went through hell. Now it's their turn to be in power, right? I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in that kind of power. I'm not interested in the kind of power that men are obsessed with, dominating us. And I'm not interested in the kind of power that some women are obsessed with if they're not deconstructing all these systems, which is dominating other women because of your proximity to powerful, dangerous, awful men. And like I've said before, white women are particularly dangerous because we have proximity to the most powerful men, and we won't just cut it off. Some of us are, and we're trying. It's hard to do, but it is possible and it's necessary because toxic boy moms actively endanger all of us. And for what? A son who doesn't appreciate you, who walks all over you and will literally let you end up in the hospital while he's probably kicked back at home drinking a beer. These men have no consequences. They will let anyone take the fall for them. If only they loved you as much as you claim to love them. If you raise them to hate women and become enmeshed with them, they're eventually going to hate you too. Don't you get that? You can't win. Cut them off!